And welcome to the Georgia Dome today. I am the coach Dick Cox, joined by the brother Bill Cox here. And today we witness history. The first time ever we have a back-to-back champion in the South Division at the NFC, though. And it was a great performance by the Carolina Panthers today.
It was. It was just an excellent all-around performance, offensively, defensively, with the exception of maybe one kickoff return. It was a solid performance from top to bottom.
You know, I made the comment coming up here and all that these teams have played a field goal at the end. In Charlotte earlier this year, Charlotte misses 2 field goals in the last minute and a half. Seems like it always comes down. I had a feeling, a gut feeling, and it was not indigestion or kidney stone, that the game would be a blowout today. And I told you that coming here.
You called it, and I didn't necessarily think it would be that way. I could very easily have seen it coming down to a field goal at the end again. But you called it a blowout. Didn't know which way it would be a blowout. But obviously Carolina Panther fans are glad that it was a blowout in their favor.
Again, outstanding performance today. Carolina scores the first 3 times they get the ball. They win the toss, take it down with a no-huddle offense. We were disappointed. They only got a field goal out of it, though, but gets Atlanta on a 3-and-out, gets it back and scores. But, again, scores the first 3 times they have the ball, and they never look back.
I think defensively it was probably one of the most aggressive defensive performances I've seen from Carolina in a while. A lot of pressure on the quarterback, resulting in some interceptions, and they just had control of the game, as you said, from the very beginning.
I look at 2 plays, and I guarantee you people will not even remember these plays. But me personally, I think these 2 plays were the difference in the game because of when they happened during the game. That the Panthers were up 10-0, Atlanta drove down, and unfortunately, former Gamecock Chris DeMarco, wide open in the end zone, could have walked in and dropped the ball. That would have cut it to 10-7. They go on, had to settle for a field goal then. And then after the Panthers scored a touchdown, I thought the big play of the game was on the kickoff return when Devin Hester, who is the best ever in the NFL at running kicks back, breaks one. And it looks like he's going to run back the kickoff to get them back in the game. And Joe Ward, the third-string quarterback, runs him down on the play. I don't know if they scored on that play. That may have been the drive that they got the field goal on right there, though. But if he scores there, it gets the crowd in the game. But this crowd was never in the game today.
Even as well as Carolina was playing early on, there's still always that feeling that if Atlanta could just get something going, they could get back in the game. And as you said, those were 2 plays where they had golden opportunities to put a lot of points on the board, and it didn't happen. And as you said, the crowd took the crowd out of the game. The crowd was in the game early on, but before the game was over, it pretty much ended up being a Panther home crowd. The Atlanta fans vacated it and just pretty much left the building to Carolina to celebrate another division championship.
Well, you told me, we were trying to decide, and I've got my hat on today, of what to wear to the game. And you said there is a 70% chance of rain and there are flash flood warnings out in the Atlanta area. Little did we know that it was going to be the flash flood of Falcon fans leaving in the third quarter.
Yeah, the flood watch for Atlanta until 7 o'clock a.m., but the flood definitely started early.
At 7 p.m.
It did. It started with a flood of Carolina Panther points, and then the flood continued, as you said, with Atlanta Falcon fans heading for the exits.
Again, you couldn't have asked. Cam Newton came out hitting on all cylinders in the first half, rushed it 6 times, 51 yards. This pinpoint passing, had several drops on him, still throwing it on the money. Jonathan Stewart running the ball with reckless abandon. Great job. And again, this is kind of interesting. You know, everybody knows the situation with Greg Hardy not playing and all, and I have yet to figure out how a defense as good as they were last year could be as bad as they were just losing one player. Well, they've mixed some new guys in. Trey Boston runs back an interception, 84 yards. Ben Wickery, that's a name that's easy to say, defensive back. But as Ron Rivera mentioned, they were playing 7 true rookies out there today. These kids grew up, and they've learned how to play, and they have made a big contribution.
They did. The defense today looked about as good as any Panther defense I've seen in a while. if obviously they keep playing like they did today, then they've got some more games in them as they get the chance now to move forward.
You know, a lot of people, and I made a comment coming out here on the field, this may be the best game I've seen them play in 2 years. You know, last year's team that was really, really good and the division champions also, I don't know if they had as dominant of a game as they had today under the circumstances, winner take all. I mean, no turnovers today. They did not turn the ball over. They just, in every phase of the game, look back to, I mean, a guy who was mentioned by several of the players in the locker room, Luke Kuechly in particular, the punter, kept them, even with Hester, bottled up where they're starting drives inside their own 20. Every man stepped up and did his job.
Definitely. I think we had, a 72-yard punt at one point, which certainly never hurts the effort at all.
Well, you know, we move on now. We don't know if it's going to be a Saturday game or Sunday game, but we know that it's going to be against a team that is playing with a third-string quarterback. The Arizona Cardinals, who have lost their starting quarterback, lost their backup quarterback, got beat again today, had the best record in the NFL, and the wheels have come off at the end of the season now. They'll be Arizona's the 5 seed, Carolina's the 4 seed. Got a chance maybe to pull off and win that first home playoff game.
Certainly a possibility. I think one of the things that I liked in the locker room afterwards, there was obviously a lot of celebration, as there should be, with winning a division championship and being the first NFC team to win back-to-back division championships. So there was a lot to celebrate, especially when they went through a drought earlier in the season. But what I liked is that I didn't get the sense that anybody felt like they were done, that it was time to celebrate the end of the season. There is still a resolve that there's more football ahead of them. Obviously, there's at least one more game. And, again, if they keep playing the way they have lately, and especially today, then they could have some games in front of them.
You know, I like what Ron Rivera had to say, too, about the record. Hey, their record right now is 0-0, and so are the other 6 teams in each division or each side, AFC, NFC. Everybody's 0-0 now. It don't matter what you were yesterday. You're 0-0 today, and nothing else matters.
And I heard quite a few players in the locker room express that same sentiment. That's come through loud and clear. Everybody is 0-0 moving forward, and so stranger things have happened.
Great story right now that you can be mentioning. I know everybody's talking about a team with losing records shouldn't be in, but this has been a great for sports. Never, ever give up. You know, they went 2 months without winning a football game. They were, lost 6 games in a row. It would have been easy to have sacked their bats and gone home and quit and pointed fingers and pouting, but they knew they had a fighting chance. You never know to what happens the final day of the season. You come out here and you get it done, and you go on to live another day.
I've read some columns this year and heard some sportscasters that have complained about the NFC South Division and how nobody in the division deserves to go to the playoffs, and the NFL needs to change the rules. And I totally disagree. It's been fun for the fans in the NFC to obviously have a down season, but yet there's been something still to play for. There's been something to tune into each week. It has kept the season exciting, and maybe this year record-wise it could be the worst in the NFL, but at least for Carolina Panthers, they're first among the worst, and that's kind of faint praise. I think that they're a whole lot better than that. And so I would love to see them prove some of the naysayers wrong and go ahead and do something in the playoffs. And, again, if they play like they did today, they've got a chance to do that.
You know, I thought it was great in the locker room, too, talking to my buddy Stephen Drummond with the communications department. Maybe 2015 is going to be good because we end 2014 with back-to-back wins by teams called Carolina.
Sounds good to me.
I like it. Well, the Panthers live to play again. Don't know when it'll be Saturday or if it'll be Sunday. We know it'll be Arizona, though. But I've had fun with you today. Even when we sat there in traffic for an hour in Atlanta waiting patiently for our parking place, it's fun watching history being made.
Definitely so. It's been a good day for the Panthers, a good day for Panther fans. Obviously not such a good day for Atlanta. They were just dominated in every phase of the game today. And so the Panthers get a little while to celebrate and then get right back to the business of trying to win some more ball games.
We'll be with you next week from Bank of America Stadium to bring you the Panthers' first game of 2015. Until then, we hope you have a safe and happy New Year. He's Bill Cox. I'm Dick Cox. We've had fun today in the Georgia Dome. Again, the Carolina Panthers 34, the Atlanta Falcons 3. Great job, Panthers. Goodbye, everybody.